What is this?
That's our art contest winner, if you can believe that.
Adam Miller. Who are you?
The winner is
Adam Miller.
So this one, yes, this one is Adam Miller. It's pretty amazing.
Well, no, I'm saying he's probably a very
Adam Miller.
like he just won a contest, or he won another contest.
Adam Miller is incredible on us. Absolutely crushing it right now. We should artists illustrate.
I'm totally jealous of his art. That's it.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? We are here tonight to help with the launch of Adam Miller's Fund My Comic card campaign. You just saw the trailer for that, and we have the man himself here with us tonight. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
I'm doing great. How about you, John?
I'm doing good. Great day so far.
So, Adam, we'll just start off with a bang since we started off with the trailer from your campaign. Tell us a little bit about your campaign that opens in 2 days.
So yeah, it's the Iron Age icons. It's basically inspired by the 1990s Marvel Masterpiece cards that a lot of, well, I know they were really popular back in the day. I think they may still do them. I don't know if they do or not though. But like Joe Jusko and the Hildebrandt brothers and stuff like that. A lot of they had these. If you don't know what they are, they're these beautifully painted Marvel characters, and they're character centric, and so they're not super storytelling or anything like that. But it's just basically a cool shot of a cool character, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a bunch of indie comic skate characters, and we're just kind of putting them all together in a big collection.
How many cards do you have so far? I didn't see that on the campaign when I was looking.
So there are 40 in the base set, and all of those except for 2 are done right now. And there are 2 special collector's cards that you can get either by signing up, and if you back and you're on the list, that'll be free. You'll get I'm not sure yet. I want it to be a metal print card, and I'm talking to a guy about getting that done. So as long as we can do it, it'll be actually a metal card. And the other one you get if you back the complete set and the art book that goes with it, then you'll also get the card with it. So that's the way you get those 2 cards. So 42 total.
42. That's huge. That's a lot of cards to do, especially since you have them done mostly already, except for 2. You say,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm finishing one right now, and then the very last one's going to be one of my characters. So,
oh, very good.
That'll be the last one I do.
There's the poster basically for what you have.
Yeah, big group shot there. Cool.
So what did you do? You had to reach out to all these people and get permission to participate?
Yeah. So I'm really surprised it went as smoothly as it did. Because obviously it can be a big headache dealing with that many creators and that many just different characters and stuff. But basically everybody was excited about it. Everybody has the same exact contract in place. No issues at all there. It's basically they're getting a free piece of art and I'm getting to use their character. So money's not me or them, so we're all good.
Did anybody refuse to participate? You don't have to name names. I'm just curious.
No, well, there was one person that dropped out. I think he was maybe confused about the concept, but there were so many people that signed up for it. I wasn't super worried about it. There were, I think there was 100 and when I made the announcement that I was wanting to do it to see if people would be interested in having their characters done. There was 100 and something people who sent me a message and said they wanted in. So, and I thought it would be maybe like 5 people that might want to do it, and maybe I would do like 5 of my characters, 5 of their characters, but just trying to fill out the roster. But I had to set a rule pretty early that I can only do one character, so you had to kind of pick wisely.
Oh man, I totally missed this because I see there's a lack of the patriarch in this. So I'm still getting messages. I just answered one right before we got on here, like someone saying, "Man, I had no idea you were doing this." But that's another good point, though. If I have no idea how this came, it's a huge experiment. I have no idea how well this will go, but if we do hit any kind of stretch goals, I want to add some characters. We'll see if we can get some more cards in. And I think if we can, I hate to get ahead of myself to even think about that, because for all I know, it won't even fund. But I'm thinking we can have like the backers actually vote on what the next character will be if we get to that point. Idea. So
I honestly think this is going to be one of the bigger campaigns on Fund My Comic. Quite honestly, I don't think you're going to have any problem funding.
I've been surprised this whole time. So like I said, I was surprised so many people even wanted in. So I'm just we'll just see what happens. Like I said, it's a big experiment.
And this is not live yet. When is this?
Not yet. Live? Friday. I'll be launching on Bancroft's channel.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Friday. Yeah. And that's another cool thing. That's like the traditional place kind of to launch these days. So yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, he extended the invitation for me to launch. I hope he remembers when I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
These and you painted all this? This is all your artwork?
Yeah, I did all of them.
That is cool. That is cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, I remember going into the comic book stores. Again, I've always been a comic book person going into the comic book stores, and I remember they were like, I guess starting around 94 to 2000. There was Topps, there was Fleer, there was Upper Deck. They were all making superhero cards.
Yeah.
And then when the Image, explosion came out, that was the thing, cards. So
yeah.
This is kind of like I guess nostalgia is a word that I don't particularly like, but I can't think of the proper.
No, I'm with you on that. I was in the early 90s. I was like 7 or 8 years old. So it was like prime getting into comics time for me. I got in through cards. It's the Marvel Universe trading cards. That's really what got me into the comics, because my brother had the cards, and so I started buying cards, and then of course that led to the comics. Of course, the cartoons also kind of fed into that. But that's how I got into comics, was from the cards, because like you said, they were huge.
I remember a lot of kids would come in and buy the cards because they were cheaper than the comic books.
I probably did that. Yeah.
Well, we also we would open up and we would put the cards in a glass so they could buy whatever card that they wanted.
Yeah, so they could pick. I bought mine out of a gas station, so I didn't get to do all that. I was in a small town in Oklahoma, so we didn't have a comic shop.
Oh wow.
Well, we do now.
I kind of cheated.
We did.
I think my comic shop was selling complete sets. They opened as many packages as they could, and they just made complete sets. So I bought a complete set of the Marvel Masterworks.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I remember baseball cards. They would sell the entire season wrapped up in cellophane, like as a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that with most of the other cards. I've got a couple from the Marvel Universe cards. You probably can't see them, but
I can see
I've got,
Red Grim up there. That's awesome. You got to.
yeah, he's like right behind them. There's three. That's the three different series that they did.
Oh, it just got big.
Yeah. But I have them in. I have the tins. They had limited edition tins, and those are still sealed. So that's pretty cool.
I could see your Fantastic Four. What is right behind you? Is that a
What's
page?
Oh yeah, that's right here. Yeah.
Is that original artwork?
Yeah, that's these. Both of these two are. I have those two framed because those are. Let's see if I can get out of the way. Those are the first two pages I ever bought. Those are Mark Bagley.
Oh wow!
And so they've got them framed behind me there.
The temptation to buy original art is strong, and I've been resisting it.
Yeah, I bought them for my very first con, which, like I said, I'm from Oklahoma, so we didn't have a con for a long time. So 2014 was the first time I ever got to go to a con, and I bought them from him at his booth, and they were only like $60, maybe. I think one was 60 and one was like 100.
Oh, so these were sketches. These weren't the actual pages.
No, these are from the pages. They're all. See how there's like also a book in there with it. So it's in. Yeah. That's the book that page is from.
Oh, that is so cool.
Same up here. So yeah.
So I'm not doubting your comic book creds now. You know, I'm looking at your room. You got the toys. You got original artwork. As far as I'm concerned, you're a comic book guy.
I am. Yeah.
You ain't no fake. You're not a fake geek girl.
Right. Yeah, no, comics have been my jam for I don't know however long it's been now, 30 years.
Four guy, huh? Because I think I see other, yeah. Is that your favorite group? Oh, favorite group?
It's probably X-Men, actually. Probably X-Men. Because I mean, in the 90s they were huge, and that's kind of how I got into it, was mostly through the X-Men. But I still love Fantastic Four. I've got the other figures. I don't have enough shelves to put everything on. I've got another shelf up here in front of me and another one over here. I just don't have enough.
Do you have a
set for the big figures there? But
do you have a favorite artist that you use as your inspiration?
Oh man, as far as painting goes, it's Jusko.
Yeah,
Jusko is awesome. He's forgotten about. Nobody talks about Jusko, so I'm really excited that you talked about this guy.
It's crazy. He does something every now and then. He'll be doing a cover for whoever, you know. I'm trying to remember what the last one I saw was, but he has a cover coming out this year if it's not already out.
I don't know where it came from, and that's, I guess, whatever, but like that just shows you how many comics I buy. But I got a box of the Marvel magazines, and you know, the Marvel preview and why can't I think of the other one? Epic, and so many of them are these gorgeous Jusko covers that I'm sure everybody in the chat right now has probably seen them and don't realize. You know, he did Rampaging Thor, Rampaging Hulk rather, and he did one of Thor, and I'll never forget just how cool it was. I'd put him up there with some of the best fantasy painters.
Yeah, I think so too. Obviously, yeah, I think he's my biggest inspiration. I think. I mean, and there's a bunch that I like, but
you know, everybody talks, and I'm not taking anything away from Alex Ross. Alex Ross is phenomenal. Whereas Alex Ross to me is more realistic. Like if you got a weightlifter, put him in a cloth Superman costume, it's gonna look like an Alex Ross. But Jusko, he
gives it the fantasy. Yeah, the edge to it. For Alex Ross, for me, I really like Alex Ross too. But he's some of his characters, I just don't like the way he depicts them, because it's exactly that. It looks like a model wearing a golden or silver age version of a costume, which some characters that really works well.
Yeah,
I like his Superman. I like his Wonder Woman. I like, and it for me, it just depends on the character with him. I think he actually does the definitive Captain America. I love his Captain America, which it's kind of funny because his looks a little more Jusko-like, I guess, a little more like a superhero-ified character. I don't know what it is, but I really love his Captain America.
Yeah, I think I used to have above my bed the it's a Jusko poster. It was Thor and the rest of it was the Marvel's Thor, obviously, with the rest of the characters in a very large Viking longboat, and he's standing on the prow, and the rest of them are behind him. It's spectacular.
I don't know if I've seen that actually.
I think I know
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's
find
another
it. I'll
thing
put it
where
on Twitter later after the chat. For
yeah,
anybody
sure.
who doesn't know, which you Adam Miller on Twitter.
Yeah.
Adam Miller draws, isn't it?
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah. I guess Adam Miller draws. Yeah.
Well, put it in a private chat, and I'll put it in the
Okay. Yeah.
in the regular chat.
Right. I just wanted to remind everyone because I didn't say it at the first, but the link is in the description for the Fund My Comic campaign, which opens in 2 days for Adam's Iron Age icons. So
I think. Oh, go ahead, RJ.
I was just going to go over for a second here. I want to go over the characters. Add this to the stage again. 1 second. Go over the number of characters. This will take a minute or two. All the characters that you have here. Shy, Reaper Destroyer, Cardoth. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing some of these exactly right. Private American, U.S. Agent, Lion. That's Eric Weathers' new book, I think. Death Raider, King Cryptid, Gemstock, Jack the Ripper, Monster MD, Whiz Kid, Magic Cop, Eliza Forsyth, which is Michael Bancroft's character, Perfect 10, The Buckler, The Clawed Agent, Swarm, St. George, The Embrace, Tiger Blue. There's so many good indie comic characters you have here. Smokes the Fox, the Little Mermaid, right? AR-13L.
Yeah.
What is it? Ryan's Randall? I'm not sure. I'm familiar.
Reese Randall. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Ghost.
Yeah.
Dreaded Dinosaur Man, Bone, Colonial Ironside. Is that RJ's character?
No, that's Cooper.
Oh, right. It says right there. Yeah. Okay. Six Gun Gorilla, Bloodbone, Chrome Dog, Egg Beater, Shotgun Samurai, which has amazing art in itself. Cobalt. How do you pronounce this one? Raging Golden Eagle has, I don't even know his character. Ashara. And there's my character right there, Cardinal. Nancy Moon, Zadok. Let's see. Hero and Mammoth, and the last two characters are yours.
Yeah, those are the special collector's cards.
Are you into wrestling?
Yeah. My book that I've got come out
from the name of your characters.
Yeah, Chokeslam. It's kind of obvious. My book that I'm going to have later, hopefully later this year, I'll be able to do it. But it's superheroes and wrestling and like mafia crimes all jammed together. So
that sounds fun.
I honestly think this is kind of the exact right now, especially you're originally going to call this basically Comicsgate Illustrated or something of the kind. So you're doing a whole lot of Comicsgate characters, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
And this is what I think Comicsgate and really Iron Age stuff, any really indie stuff needs right now. It's the fact that we're expanding our own universes just by adding stuff to the pile of, yes, I have the comic book, but there's extra material out there if you want, and stuff that will add to the character and add to your world. And I think that's why so many people really jumped on this bandwagon when you put it up on Twitter or wherever you posted it on. And that was certainly my idea when I forwarded you the sketches for my characters, is that this is something that will expand the universe beyond what I'm doing. And it's an amazing project, if you ask me.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's the idea. It's like it's I want it to be something that whoever, all the backers, the people who actually buy it, that they feel like it belongs to the community kind of a thing, because it's all these different characters and they're, like you said, for Marvel or DC or anything, we can go out and buy movies and the cards and the toys and all this stuff, but it's very seldom that you get to do that with any of these characters. So it's just to me, it's cool to be able to have it as an extra little,
I'm mad that I didn't know anything about this. I'm so mad that I did this twice today. I just had a talk with Unbreakable Argonauts, Ashley, and I didn't know anything about his comic either. Normally I do my research. I just
that's how it goes, man.
It's a wonderful idea. This is great. This gets all of us in this independent to stop the bickering and let's make cards together.
That's it's changed a lot since I started this project. Just the whole the atmosphere of everything. I'm hoping this will kind of reorient things and just help everybody remember that we're all
fun, everybody. Comic books are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, let's have fun. That's what. Why are we getting
all twisted up and everything. Let's have fun.
Yeah, this looks fun. I like this a lot. Again,
So-
I'm
Thank you.
myself that I didn't know anything about it.
I'm not familiar with your characters. You want to tell us a little bit about Chokeslam and what's the other one?
Sure. The armature, the other guy. So Chokeslam is well, I don't want to give too much away because it's kind of a thing in the story, but well, if you can see on the card, he was I wasn't prepared for this. He receives these powers kind of, he doesn't really want them, but he gets these powers. He can throw, like I said, I'm a big X-Men fan, and you see that his hands are glowing there. He throws kind of like Cyclops' blast, but he like flings them out of his hands. Like
So he shoots blasts.
Yeah, some big concussive blasts, but that's
Kinda
what
like
his power
Havoc.
is. Yep, Havoc and the whole Summers family is that's like my favorite, like Cable and Cyclops and Havoc and all them. That's like my favorite area. So he's very inspired by them. Even like kind of his visual is very Cyclops and Havoc looking. But yeah, so that's what his power is. He's a I guess kind of like an agent of vengeance a little bit. The reason he gets his power is specifically to get a little revenge. The story, it has a lot to do with the mafia. It has a lot to do with wrestling, professional wrestling. Anyways, that's him.
Nothing wrong with a little revenge.
Right.
So the only time I've seen your artwork really is through Twitter, and it's the cards that you post mostly. But you're doing the sequential art for your own books as well.
Yeah, I've got the first probably 16 or 17 pages done. I drew them and I inked them, but now I think I'm going to go back and redraw them because I've kind of landed on a different art style, which is more of a, I still need to test it a little bit, but instead of being penciled and inked, and having the color do a lot of the rendering and a lot of work with the color, I'm actually going to go back and do pencils and really render and shade a lot with pencils and skip inks. And I want to see what I can do with that and do probably pretty flat colors. I'm kind of like an older style. I don't know if did you ever read the Uncanny X-Force?
Yeah.
It was Rick Remender and Dromo Pena.
Yes.
I like the way it looked. I don't know if that's what they did. I have to look at it closer, but it looks really pencil-y and not very inky. Anyway, I'm going to try with that. But so anyways, I've got about 15, 20 pages done. I'm going to go back and try this new style that I think it'll be pretty cool.
Are you
Looks,
also writing?
sounds like a Mark Texera kind of style, if you ask me.
Actually, yeah.
Are
there's
you
some-
also writing the comic?
Yeah, that's another. I wanted to be a writer before I was ever an artist. So, yeah, I'm writing it. I was my degree in college is literature. So,
Oh, cool.
I really enjoy writing a lot too. So, I'm doing that.
I
Writing
want to be a
and
comic book
drawing.
artist. Fortunately, I have no talent whatsoever to draw. So
You keep working at it.
yeah, and in another 50 years, I'll be good. But this is I'm like so giddy about this idea. I to see all of these characters, because I keep saying that, Iron Age, Comics Gate, Independent, whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to use. I always thought we were more like a confederacy rather than like than a union. We're a bunch of individualists who we value what we do, and we don't want other people to encroach on. And then you come along and do this, which I think is just like a perfect idea of like, okay, yeah, we could all get along and do it like a semi-group project. And it's showcasing all of these great characters.
Yeah.
And like RJ said, there's so many of them that I knew already, but I guess it didn't register until I see all of these names in a list and all of these cards together. I mean, that poster with all of the characters it's inspiring. It's fun.
Yeah. That's something I definitely wanted to do, was just have it. Obviously these this is no kind of like these characters aren't supposed to exist within each other. There's no story going on here.
Yeah.
But it definitely a showcase of all these different characters, and there are a lot of really big, like she's a, obviously that's the biggest popular one.
Yeah.
Obviously that's the biggest one, but so we got a lot of I guess the Comicsgate Kings level guys, but then we have a lot of middle guys, and we have a few in there that a lot of people probably don't know. I was lucky enough to be able to hand select the ones I actually wanted to put in at first. There were so many that I wanted to put in, and I just couldn't, because you have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going to take years and years and years to draw.
Did you decide on 40? Like, was that your cutoff, or?
Yeah, at first I was like, maybe I'll do 25. But
yeah, I
then
was gonna say 25 is like a natural number, right?
I know. And then I got so many, I had to keep adding. And at 40, actually, I think I decided 35. And then I think I accidentally told too many people that I would do their character. So I bumped it up to 40, plus the 2 special cards.
So. If the stretch goals get it up to 50?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I don't even know.
Try to get my character in here.
Yeah. I would love to do 50. So
I just think it's so exciting.
Yeah, I don't know how to work out as far as like what how what the numbers need to be to get them in, but I'll do the math, and I'll just, I mean, as high as it needs to go, we'll keep going.
Hey, RJ, we got a question here from Vaz.
Okay, sorry, I was just going through Adam's Twitter. Let's see, what does Vaz say? Each card seems to have a QR code on them. What are they for? Augmented reality? Access to the stats of the character? So I didn't notice that at all.
That's really cool, actually. I didn't think about doing their stats and stuff. That's going to go to whatever the creator wants it to be. Mostly Twitter, some of them are YouTube channels. So it's whoever's character that is, that'll take you to find out more about that character, basically.
Oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty clever, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was
It's a really
cool.
neat idea. I still think in the 1980s.
Yeah. I really like the from the old school cards where it does have the stats. It shows how strong they are and how powerful they are. But it didn't really, it doesn't make sense with these different characters from all these different universes. Everybody wants theirs probably to be the strongest if it's a strong character. And I just wanted to avoid all of that. Even though I really like that stuff myself. But.
Yeah, that's such a comic book collector thing, is you want to know who's stronger. Like I got a game called Card Line, and it's Marvel characters, and you put them in order of their strength.
Oh yeah,
and you bid on points, and you flip them over. Everybody loves this, even if not into comic books. And it's funny because like they'll go from Aunt May all the way to like Galactus, and then it gets harder and harder as new cards come out, because like, is Hydro Man in between Kang and Spider-Man? I don't know.
Right, yeah. No, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it never came out in America. I had to get it imported. Sorry about the call.
That's one of the things I actually, I don't know if you know, Adam, for my first campaign, which was the Thomas Valiant #1. We did fairly well with that. We had a set of 12 cards along with that campaign. This was a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now. So we had 6 good guys and 6 bad guys, and I did stats in the back. But that was one of the things that I never actually wanted to do, because I was thinking, I'd like to hide not the powers of the individuals, but the power level. That's not something I don't want to say this is their power level, therefore who's going to beat who. So basically I did the back of the cards as if it was there's a character within my universe who collects information on people. His name is Major Mystery. So it's basically files on these characters just thrown down on a desk, and you see various things from it. So I am fully on board with cards, because it was one of the best sellers for the extra perks on my campaign.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, I'm of the opposite opinion is I come from a role playing background, and my characters are springing out of I would love to actually put their numbers like D&D stats.
Yeah.
I understand you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, Lion could beat up Gem Shock. You know what I mean? And everybody, wants to make the character whatever.
Yeah, and the measuring stick is just different in different universes anyway. So
right.
Yeah, we're just
You-
going to
you-
avoid that.
You're going to assign this character's wisdom as a 9. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Which begs the question: did you role play Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't even know about that really until probably college, and I didn't know anybody who played. Otherwise, I probably would have. My little brother, he's tried to get me into it, but he lives in a different town and all this, and married and kids and all that stuff. Even though I've created a few characters and filled out a few sheets and stuff because that part's fun for me. But I haven't actually sat down and played with some people.
And did you go to art school? You said you have a literary degree.
No, Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Man, you have some good art. Are you self-taught? Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, most people say they're self-taught, but I mean, YouTube, I guess if that's self-taught, if anybody out there is wanting to improve their art, my biggest advice is to do master studies, which is basically pick an artist that you want to be able to draw like, and just copy their picture as best as you can. Don't trace it or anything like that because that's not learning. I mean, that's a different skill that you're developing there. But do your best to set it down next to your piece of paper and just do your best at recreating that. That's what I did when I was a kid, drawing X-Men and Spider-Man and all these characters. And then that's when I decided I wanted to learn how to paint. That's probably what leveled me up the quickest was just looking at Frazetta and trying my hardest to recreate a Frazetta piece or a Jusco or whatever. So that's what I recommend. Yeah, so part of the campaign, what we're looking at here is I'm going to offer commissions basically of physical traditional black and white pieces, and out of those two pieces, when we launch on Bancroft, I just want everybody to know at the end of his show we're going to do a drawing, and I think probably one of those two I'm going to give away to anyone who had backed and is also watching the stream. So chances are pretty high you can get a pretty cool piece there for free.
Do you have a time on Friday that you're going to open the campaign? Do you know yet? You're going to go live on Bancroft then. What you're saying?
Yeah,
okay.
on his stream, 8 Central, so I think 9 Eastern. I think the campaign will go live at 8:15 or 9:15 Eastern.
I'm looking at this right here, and it says Sydney Sweeney. Are you going to make a Sydney Sweeney card? Because I think that'll be your big.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's the hot actress right now.
Twitter.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that's doing on my. Oh, is that my? Okay, that's on Twitter. I got you. Yeah, I bet it would sell.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. King Cryptid. That's Pete Samedi's over at Alterna Comics. A good comic. Good.
I love that comic.
Yeah, it's a fun comic. Self-contained each issue. It's everything that comics should be.
It is exactly. If you liked old comics, then it's a perfect.
Yeah.
Really good old style comic on newsprint and everything. I love it. I think that I love the idea of doing newsprint comics.
Yes.
Even this modern world, especially if you can sell them for cheaper. I mean, people don't want to spend $8 on 20 pages.
Well, I've been looking for newsprint for my comic, and all the quotes are more expensive unless I could print in the thousands.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you guys. Everybody buy 5-6 copies. I'll get you
right. Yeah. That's something I wanted to look into that too. So yeah,
and Pete Samedi guards his printers
does he?
Yeah.
Keeps it secret. Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, Pete, I'm not your competition. You know what I mean? I'm not your competition, buddy.
Yeah.
They'll print my comics in a couple of hours. They'll go back to your Alterna Comics, I'm sure.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm excited. Again, I'm kicking myself that I didn't know anything about this. RJ told me last week, and I misunderstood what he said. I thought this was going to be Iron Age magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which RJ has a story in, the Anvil.
Yep.
This is what I thought he was talking about was the next issue. So I was like, oh, this is exciting. I can't wait to back it. I'll bet, you know. Oh man. So forgive me. I'm sorry.
Well, like I said, I'm still. I just answered a DM earlier, right before we got on, about somebody saying, "Hey, is it too late to get a character in?" Yeah, it's. I mean, you do your best to get the word out. It's kind of hard when you're a nobody. So that just
Well, you gotta start
another
somewhere.
name on Twitter.
Yeah, but you're talented, and I think this is an exciting project. And I agree with RJ. I think this is going to do a lot better than expected.
Oh yeah, because
That'd be great.
just from that trailer, you have a lot of people talking about your art, going all the way up to Ethan Van Sciver and Michael Bancroft and Mandy. Everybody talks about your art at one point or another. So you can get so many people drawn into this campaign, and not just from the characters themselves, from different projects. Everybody wants part of that project, but from the word of mouth. So that's going to be huge, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That nice vote of confidence. I also want to make sure everybody knows that it's the quality itself is going to be pretty good. I've done a lot of research into like printing this thing's on backwards. So if you buy the whole set, it's going to come inside this box. It's like a deluxe. I've got other cards in there right now because I haven't printed them yet. But it's like a deluxe box. It'll have all the characters' names on the inside.
Oh wow!
And then all the characters like in a big mural, like going around. It's a really nice set. And I'm gonna have I'll sell the retail style boxes also. With,
wow, that is cool.
With the card packs, the individual card packs inside. So got them all the proof copies of those, and yeah, so it's pretty much ready to go. I just got a couple more to paint. And the designs of the cards are locked in. I just have to get the bios written up and all that stuff still, which that's the creators themselves they're coming up with all the information. So I'm just gonna have to edit it down and make sure it fits and works together with all the other cards.
The creator of the character, do they have like final say of the art?
Yeah, well, yeah, they do. It's because there's so many people, it's like, you can't have 40 art directors all trying to do and just having so many pieces. So there's a lot of stuff we have going on with our arrangement, but basically they approve the sketch, and that it's whatever, it gets to the sketch point and they approve it. And then once it's done, they obviously can have final say on whether it's good or not. But I have a lot of free reign on this, which everybody's cool with. So
has anybody said, no, I don't like that, start all over?
No, thankfully. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine doing that 40 times, having to start over.
Yeah. Well, you're talented, and all the characters look cool, so I couldn't imagine anybody having a problem. But I do know that artists and writers, I'll throw myself in the, we're persnickety.
Oh yeah. I mean, I am too. Yeah, you want your character represented well,
Right.
And accurately.
Awesome. Now, is there going to be like a retail tier? Like say I opened up a comic book store tomorrow, like get these cards?
I thought about doing that. I didn't think anybody would really be interested in it. And I don't have like barcodes or anything like that. I don't know if I would need to have that or not. There is, as far as like, you can get a really good deal actually on the complete set, not necessarily on the card packs box, the retail box, but I'm gonna have a really good deal on if you buy 2 complete sets. You'll save quite a bit of money on that.
Oh, the packs, are they going to be randomly packed, or is each pack,
Yeah, no, they're gonna be random. And oh yeah, I've got sketch cards too, so there will be random sketch cards. There's a 1 in 10 chance in every pack.
There you go. I was going to ask, are all the characters even distributed, and then there's a chase card?
Yep.
So the chase is the sketch.
Yeah, it'll be a sketch card.
Yeah, this I feel like it's 1996 again.
Yeah, good. That's what I'm going for. That's what's yeah.
and I see the Secret Wars. You got the Secret Wars Spider-Man black costume over your head too.
Yeah, that one's signed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Mike Zach.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of keys
But those are some of my favorites. I'm glad I have them. Days of Future
Oh, you got
Past.
the X-Men Days of Future Past, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is above that Fantastic Four? I can't quite see with the glare.
This up here,
Yeah.
it's a Hulk book. Yeah, there's too much glare. It's Hulk. It's Original Sin. It was when did they do that? Probably 2012, maybe.
Okay.
It's another Mark Bagley piece.
Yeah. Is that your favorite artist? I noticed
No,
that too.
not necessarily. I like him, but that's the first art I bought, so that's why it's just kind of special to me. But I mean, he's a great artist. Yeah.
I just shared on my Twitter, I think it was yesterday, just a Mike Zeck piece that was a straight piece of Captain America just standing on a rooftop, and that got some good engagement. Just because Mike Zeck is a beautiful artist. I mean, he is the definitive, for me, anyways. He's the definitive Captain America artist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's Captain America. A lot of people say Spider-Man. He's great.
Yeah.
So let's I just got to pull up your campaign one more time here. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go. I'm always a little bit technologically impaired. Give me a second.
So
go ahead, John.
Oh, go ahead. You said that you were, comics just showed up. But like, what is, like you said, X-Men is your comic? Is that the thing that like you got every month? You know.
Yeah.
Or hook or by crook, you get X-Men every month.
Yeah. So I was, I was like a typical '90s comics kid. If it was X-Men, of course, I loved Ghost Rider and Punisher. All those ones that were Spider-Man, of course. It wasn't until later that I actually started. Back then, like if it wasn't Jim Lee or Liefeld or all these guys, I wasn't interested. And if you showed me something from '75, I wasn't interested as a kid. So yeah, back then it was mostly that stuff. Of course, you realize that it was a little bit better actually than what you gave it credit for back before my time. But yeah, X-Men, X-Force, Spider-Man, those were my big titles that I had a ton of.
Oh, I see. I didn't notice this. You have a hardcover art book too.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
So this is just big pages of these paintings.
Yeah. It's essentially it's gonna be as big as it'll be kind of an oversized size, so it's bigger than a comic book.
Like magazine sized.
It's the same. I think it's the same size of the She Omnibus. If anybody has that, it's like the same dimensions.
I'm looking at it right over there. Okay.
So that it won't be that thick, obviously, because I don't have 300 characters to put in it.
Right.
But that's the dimensions of the book. It'll be a really nice saddle sewn, high quality book. Basically, so you can appreciate the art a little more than just on a little card. I'll probably put some some process in there too, sketches and maybe some blurbs about how I approached one of them or something. I don't know yet, but
yeah,
a little behind the scenes, probably.
Yeah. This again, I'm kind of repeat myself, but this is exciting. This to me shows that there is a scene, and not only is there a scene, but there's you actually had to turn away characters because there's too many cool characters, which is a great.
I was surprised,
right?
I know. Yeah, I was so surprised at how many people wanted in on this. And I still hope we can get more.
And I could rattle off another 40 characters,
Right.
That I really like, that are Iron Age, Comicsgate, crowdfunding.
Yeah.
There's another 40 characters I could probably list from my, without looking at books.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's what we have right now is like a third of how many applicants, I guess you could call it, that we have. So
I'm curious, for RJ's character, Cardinal, why did you pick Cardinal instead of Thomas Valiant?
I picked that for
picked
Adam, actually. I gave him a couple of sketches. There was Cardinal and two of the characters from Crown the Destroyer, and he said, pick one. And I said, okay, Cardinal it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe you had some sort of vetting process that only you and the mysteries of your mind understood.
No, it was
It's our day.
most of, especially like people like Von Klaus, like he's got a handful of characters that a lot of people like, and or like Narwhal, he has a bunch of different universes, different characters. So I was just kind of like, pick whichever one you like, I'm good with. So that's what we did with a lot of people.
So is that what you went for people that you like their work, and then like you didn't pick characters and then approach it, like you thought of the artist first, the talent first, and then pick your character? Am I making sense?
It was yeah, I know what you. It was just different for all. There were some people who are, I was like, yeah, I like the Lost Pages, like if they were interested, Phil and Brandon Diaz, if they wanted in, I was going to let them in. So, which we do, they got a card in there just because I love their stuff.
Yeah.
Narwhal's another one of them. He's such a good writer, such a different writer, but really good.
It's unique. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are some people where if they wanted in, I already knew in my mind I was going to let them in. So just whatever they wanted to do. It is an all hero set though. There are no villains or sidekicks or anything like that. I like on the packaging, I have, like, it does say like Heroes Series 1.
Okay.
If you can see it. So
Whenever
there's
my face goes in my face, it throws me off.
yeah.
Hero Series 1, yes.
Yeah. So it's open to other series, maybe a villain series or whatever, another hero series. I don't know. We'll see if people are interested. If there's interest, I'd love to do it.
Oh, like I said, I think there's going to be plenty of interest. And now I didn't know, like, John, good thing you brought up that there's an art book, because that I went way over my head. So now I have to get the art book as well. So I got to get the card set and the art book.
Well, well, if you do that, you'll get the special collector's card for free. So the number 2. So good. There we go.
Yes, unfortunately, Zachtan, let's see. I don't have the Cardinal card actually pulled up right now. That's one of the things I didn't download from my Twitter. Let's see. He says, is Cardinal's name homage to the Cardinal virtues? No, actually, she is the character. The name I picked because all of the other characters around her are named after birds. So they're the jays, and the different kinds of jays: blue jay and gray jay and green jay and red. She's Cardinal, which looks like a jay but is not a jay. So that's why I picked Cardinal for, and that's why we designed the character around Renzo and I designed the character around the bird of the Cardinal, and that's why her mask has a little beak on it and everything like that.
Yeah, it has the shape of the Cardinal face. I also want to say, Cardinal was really fun to paint, and I think still her face, I don't know what it is, but I felt like I learned a lot when I was painting that, and it's my favorite face out of all the characters.
Thanks. That's great to know.
Here, I've got it. You probably won't be able to see it very well. Here's Cardinal. Can't see it super well, but I know she's like an acrobatic swords woman. So I wanted to have a nice playful acrobatic cool scene there. So
that's the reason why I chose Cardinal, if you're wondering, John. From all my characters, was that I figured, what was the one character that could show a beautiful character, first of all, but secondly has powers that are very visual. So that's why I chose that character, and you did it justice, to say the least.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, well, some, like, if you approach Billy Tucci, you're getting she. You know what I mean? It's
right.
That's understood. So I was just wondering why. I thought maybe you picked one because you just liked the character better, or you wanted to paint that, or maybe I thought it was like an artistic decision. I needed more red. Everybody's purple and a red character.
No, I didn't run into any. I kind of did with background colors and stuff, with that sort of thing. Like, well, this is another dark blue background. I need to figure out a different, which, you put thought into, like, something that'll go well with the costume or whatever, or the characters, the type of character it is. If it's a I'm mostly known for doing like darker pieces generally, a lot of like spotlight and heavy shadow and stuff like that. But Cardinal is one that I did. You know, it's a bright blue background and a little happier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I did want to mix it up, and you don't want to. It doesn't want to seem like the same character over and over, the same feeling even.
That's why, honestly, when you started to talk about your own character, I was thinking to myself, I want to see your sequential art, because I've seen so many dark pieces that you've done, and they're spectacular and graded, and everything is painted. But to see this translated into sequential art, I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think people understand that how excited I am. Like, painting is not my number one like thing that I like. I love doing interiors. I've only done a little bit, but I think people would enjoy my approach to storytelling and stuff through that. So I'm really excited to refinish those 15-20 pages and start showing some more of that art. I think I've shown some of it on Twitter before, but I'm gonna redraw that.
Is it? You said it's going to be drawn and colored traditionally, not painted. Your comic?
It's not gonna be painted. I'm gonna draw it. Probably color it digitally, but I'll draw it traditionally.
Yeah, I could only imagine the amount of work it would take to paint an entire comic.
I know. Yeah, I would love to do that, but like these cards, 42 or 40 have taken like 9 months or 10 months.
Wow.
So I can't imagine.
It must
that
take
many
you
panels.
a couple of minutes to make one of those cards, to paint that.
It's gone a lot quicker. I think I've kind of gotten in the groove of being able to kind of, get it kind of knocked out. My goal at first was to have one every 2 weeks, but I'm doing like 2 or 3 times that. So,
Wow.
And so will you be doing the colors if you're going to do flats for your sequential art, will you be doing the colors for those as well?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I was just doing, because I had one of my stories is Rampaging Thor, and it's basically back in the 40s. So I got James Brown, who did Static Shock originally back in the day for DC, to do the flats for that, because I wanted it in flats.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. I like to do things myself. If I can, I like to do it myself. So. But I'm actually also thinking about hand lettering on the art.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I will. I think it would, especially if I do go with the style of rendering that I want to do. I think it'd look really cool to have actual lettering on the page as a part of the art. Because
you have the old style lettering kit where
No, we'll see. I might have to get one. I don't know. I don't know if you can find those very easy. But no, that'd be cool. I think sometimes you get a comic and you love the way it looks, but then, or maybe it is a more painterly style or something, and it has a really crisp it's kind of out of place, like the word balloon, and maybe the letters, don't look quite like it is the same project. So I don't know. That's the idea behind that.
I was going to ask too. Whenever I talk to artists, I always mention Mike Mignola. Mignolta, I can't remember. I can never say his name right. Mignola. But is he an inspiration for anything? Do you like that kind of style? Because yours is it is a realistic style, but like you say, it's more Jusco. But do you go to the other extreme anytime with your art?
I like his stuff. It's very stylized and it's got that blocky kind of look to it. There are sometimes, especially like if I'm looking on Twitter, I see like Donald DeLay's stuff, really, really cartoon, stylized art or manga or anything. And there's so often I'm like, man, I need to do that but obviously my painted style is very different. But I think, especially for the book, it's going to be kind of somewhere in the middle between being a realistic. I don't like my comics to necessarily look too rigid and realistic. I like to have a little bit of a dynamic
Yeah,
excitement, you know.
I agree. I don't want photorealism in comics either, because comics
Right.
are supposed to be bigger than life. I agree with
Yeah.
that. I forget who
That's
said
yeah.
that the difference between the realism and your and what you have on the page is your style. You know,
Mm.
you know I don't know. Do I want like super realistic, like just take photographs of actors in costumes or something like that?
Right.
It's gonna look bad. You know.
No.
You know, do you ever get those old Marvel comics where they took photo stills and made a comic out of them? They're horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
you know, nobody complained about Jack Kirby. His anatomy was off, but you know, each page exploded out of the page. It almost moved.
It's exciting.
That's
It
it's
should
exciting.
be. That's superhero, so it should be.
You know who your art reminded me? I was trying to think. I was just looking up his name. I couldn't think of his name, but Simon Beasley. You remind me of.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. He especially the darker style that he has. I wish I could paint like him. he's pretty awesome. He's got a style where you know you can easily tell it's him.
Yeah, yeah. But I look at you. I definitely see the Just Go, and I saw it was driving me nuts. I couldn't think of his name, but I see yours as a blend of like, especially right there. That just seems like a mix between a Beasley and Just Go, with a little bit of Sam Keith thrown in there for some good measure.
Yeah. That's another super stylized.
Yes.
I love that your character has a full head mask. Renzo and I, whenever we're developing characters, I got to say to myself, okay, Renzo has to draw this entire team. He can't be drawing hair on everybody. They either got to be bald or have a full head mask, something to cover up the hair, so he doesn't have to draw, wavy hair of all the women and everything like that.
Right. Yeah,
one of those things in comics.
I'd be lying if I said that wasn't part of the reason, but there's an actual in-story reason why he's got a complete full mask. There's a bit of a mystery to his character. So
I just thought it was like the what are they called? Luchadores, the Mexican wrestlers. They always
the luchador,
yeah. I know. The last page Renzo sent me took a long time, and he finally showed it. I was like, oh my god. There was a whole bunch of details that I threw in every panel, and he was just like, yeah, John, this page killed me. I'm sorry, Renzo.
He's awesome, by the way. He's a really good artist.
He's phenomenal.
All right, so we're coming up on the end of our hour. I was hoping, Adam, that you could tell everyone once again, first of all, you're launching on Michael Bancroft's channel this Friday, but talk a little bit more once again about that free giveaway that you're going to be doing on Bancroft's.
Okay, yeah. So the plan right now is at the end of his stream, we're going to do a drawing. It'll be a random drawing of all the people who have backed, and you have to be present to win. If you're watching the stream and you've backed, you've got a pretty good chance, because we're talking within the first hour. That's the pool we'll be drawing from. So yeah, I'm gonna hang on just a second, I'll show you.
Bancroft usually gets, I think, around 70 to 90 people in his streams. So if you're a backer and you're one of those 70 or 90, that's a really good chance of actually winning something.
Yeah, a pretty good chance. So here it'll be, I don't know how to, maybe I'll just let the winner pick which one they get. I don't know. So one of these are full, comic board 11 by 17 pieces. They are ink and marker brushes and a little bit of like white paint.
That looks great.
So yeah, so it'll be, you could win one of these. I'm not sure how we'll decide yet. Maybe I'll let the winner choose. And we'll probably I might give the other one away maybe at the end of the campaign or something.
You get caught up in the moment and start giving away the house.
I know. Yeah, and that's another, like, this project. Like, I could probably save a lot of money in a lot of different ways, especially if I didn't start printing stuff out before I had any funding. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'm wanting the community to be excited and to be able to enjoy it, because it's fun. The big celebration is what it is. So
yeah,
definitely. All right. So just want to remind everyone that the link is in the description for the Fund My Comic page where the campaign will be opening on Friday. Do you have any last questions, John?
Yeah. What time Friday is it going to launch?
8 o'clock Central, so 9 o'clock Eastern, I believe is
Okay.
it'll be 9, and the campaign will go live at 9:15. So we'll get the intros out of the way and all that, and then
Okay.
9:15 Eastern is when you'll be able to actually back.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that, quite honestly, I've said this a couple of times, but I'm going to say it again. I think this is going to take off like crazy. You're not going to be able to keep up with how many people want this, because cards are something. Again, with my campaign, I was shocked how many people wanted cards. That's one of the things I put on my, because I have a fairly sizable YouTube subscriber base, and I said, what do you want for an extra? And I gave them all these options, and they said cards, and they just sold like hotcakes. And I still have people asking me for cards to this day. So I think this is going to be an amazing campaign. You're going to do extremely well with this, which is going to leapfrog into your book.
That would be awesome. I hope so. We'll see.
All right, do you want to have any last words for our audience, Adam?
Man, I don't know. Thank you guys for having me. Also, John, I watched most of your interview earlier today. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, with Jim Shooter.
Shooter, yeah. That's one of those, like, is this actually happening kind of things. So that was really cool. But anyway, yeah, thank you all. I hope you'll be with me on Friday, and hopefully you can have a good chance at winning a piece of art.
Yeah, I think this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be, a successful campaign. I'm excited.
Good deal. I'm excited. I'm ready to get it started. It's been kind of a long time.
Yeah, I know. You chomping at the bit, right? I'm feeling the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. So we hit our hour and 5 minutes, actually. But I'm going to play once again the trailer for the campaign, and we will use that as our outro. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you, John, for co-hosting. Thank you very much, Adam, for showing up and for picking one of my characters to be part of the Iron Age Icons.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Let's get this going.
Whoa. What is this?
That's our art contest winner, if you can believe that.
Adam Miller. Who are you?
The winner is
Adam Miller.
So this one, yes, this one is Adam Miller. It's pretty amazing.
well, no, I'm saying he's probably a very interesting.
Adam Miller.
Like he just won a contest, or he won another one.
Adam Miller is incredible on this. Absolutely crushing it. We should
artist illustrator. I'll only go for the art. That's it.